What is FHIR used for and who uses it?
So mostly right now, I think it's being used in a regulatory context in most countries. So, for example, you have the US mandating that all EHRs open up their patient data to patients in the FHIR format. So you have patients accessing this information in FHIR, and again, it's a regulation that everybody needs to comply with. So people are doing that. So the apps are also using FHIR to access all of this information, right? So again, that is the US. For example, if you take a country like India, again, we are using FHIR, but in a slightly different way. Here you have a document exchange that's happening. So whenever a patient goes to a hospital, every other hospital can send the documents that belong to this patient through FHIR bundles, but then it happens through different APIs. But they send all of the documents that belong to this patient to this other hospital. Again, probably one of the biggest implementations of FHIR with the most number of people. But that's what happens if you do anything in India. And for example, you have other use cases. So, for example, in Saudi Arabia, they have a protocol on FHIR called NPHIES, and that is more of a financial insurance pre-authorization check, right? Like, so when a patient comes in, you send a FHIR message, and then they respond back saying that okay, it's pre-authorized, and your whole insurance transaction happens through these FHIR API calls. Again, it's the same in the US. You have Da Vinci profiles, and you have these new pre-authorization requirements that are also being mandated. So most of the time, when people talk about FHIR, they have some regulation that they are under, and they are either trying to connect to another system and pull this information, or they are like pushing information and they are the system. There is a few people who are actually building their EHRs natively on top of FHIR. This is, I would say, like probably 1 to 2% of the people who are really using FHIR. This is a niche use case, but I think it's something that's gaining a lot of popularity. The reason is because you separate the applications and the data layer, right? So you might have multiple different applications, you might have multiple different software that's using the same data, but you can have the data in this unified format in one single place. There are also other formats that do this. There is OpenAir. You can also store it in like SQL data tables. But FHIR is becoming a popular format for this data platform kind of a use case as well, where people are storing all of the data natively in FHIR. And we see a lot of vendors like Aidbox, Medplum. All of them are pushing that narrative, and we are seeing more and more people build EHRs on top of the FHIR APIs.
If you like this and want to learn more about FHIR, we just put out a whole course on FHIR fundamentals, and there is a full module dedicated to just what is FHIR and the basics around it. Just check it out at medblocks.com/L/FHIR-fun, and it's completely free. You can just go to the link and check it out.